Hello everyone, welcome to Carrie's Crochet and Craft. Today I started it yesterday. Yesterday I started a project that was kind of geared towards using up some of my yarn for my Destash challenge that I've been doing this year. And I wanted to show it to you guys and just kind of keep you updated as I work on it and until I'm done with it. So I'll share with you what gave me the idea to do this project, show you the yarns that I've chosen, and just take a look at that. So I think it was last week, maybe the week before, in the last couple of weeks anyway, I was watching people making crochet items, and there was this one young gal that was making a fashion scarf, and it was I think her original idea anyway was to use different textures, different colors, that kind of thing. I think her final result ended up not being anything so dramatic, just more like different stripes of colors. So it was a very colorful scarf. But she had shown an example of a scarf that was just like different textures, different colors, different widths, different weights of yarn. So it wasn't all a nice, neat, straight edge. Sometimes it was pulled in or it was out further because of the different weights of yarn. So I was like, that's kind of a cool project, especially good for like using up scraps or something. And then the other day I was working with this yarn, one of my favorite yarns from Hobby Lobby, the Yarn Bee Cozy with a Twist. And this is the cloudy, partly cloudy. It's this lovely mixture here. It's got kind of a turquoise, gray, charcoal, and then like a brown. Oops, and it's all falling apart on me. So I was working with this making, excuse me, it's chilly out here. Sorry if you hear the heater coming on and off. It's cold out here in my hobby room. Anyway, I was working on these jellyfish. I love making amigurumi with this yarn. Specifically, I do a squid, and I've made this jellyfish before, but then I also have done an octopus in this pattern. It's the kind of octopus that has just kind of like bigger things like this and not long curly legs. So I've done the jellyfish and the squid with it, and the octopus. I don't remember if I've made anything else with this yarn for amigurumi, but I love making amigurumi with this yarn because it's so super soft. So this is just a jellyfish pattern. It's a no-sew one. I don't really want to recommend it right now, simply because with this yarn especially, I've been having trouble with the count once it gets down into this area. For some reason, I'm always ending up off, and I'm not sure if it's my fault or if it's the pattern's fault, and I haven't looked at it yet to be sure. But I may try to make it up like in blanket yarn or something. This fuzzy yarn is sometimes hard to see for keeping track of the count of things, especially right down in this area. They have you working in the back loop only, or the front loop only, and then the back loop twice. And so it's right in that area that I get confused. But anyway, we're not here to talk about the jellyfish. If you're asking though, I don't want to share it yet because I want to check on the counting to make sure it's first. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that I was making this when this idea came to me of doing a fashion scarf using this yarn as one of the, interesting different yarns to use. So the other day I was working in my hobby room. I am trying to get it organized better. I just have, my craft stuff is just in a mishmash over here. And then I used to have a clothing boutique, and I still have a lot of clothes from that, and so they're hanging on a rack back there. And I have come to the decision, I have them listed on Poshmark, most of them. And I sell something occasionally, but I have come to the decision that I just need to get rid of all of them. So I'm going to box them up. I think we'll have a yard sale sometime this spring because we have some other stuff we've been gathering to sell. And then if it doesn't sell there, I'm going to donate it to our church. We have a community program where people in the community can come. They can purchase a bag. So you can get a grocery size bag for $1 or a big black garbage bag for $5, and you can fill it with whatever's in the room. So clothes, they don't always have food per se, but clothes, toys, food too when we have it. I just don't think we always have food to give. It's mostly a, you know, like a thrift store type place. So if I don't sell it at the garage sale, then I'm going to donate it to our church for that. So I was cleaning up that area over there. I had gotten some new shelves to put yarn on, and I was organizing that, and I was putting my Ogos, the Colorama Ogos, and I didn't bring out my label for it. And I saw this one, and I thought, wow, that goes with this one pretty well. It's got the gray to match that. It's got the teal to match there. This color fits in nicely too. And I'm like, what if I did this as the basic yarn for the scarf, and then this is an accent yarn? Well, then I started going through some of my other yarns to look for some like really unique texture ones. So I found this one. It's kind of an, well, it's, I don't know. You can see what kind of yarn it is there. It's kind of an eyelash yarn, but it's got an extra bit of fluffiness in there that's coming out from a thread that runs through the center. So I've had this ball for a long time. I have this whole little plastic bag, clear plastic bag full of fancy yarns. So I thought this one would be really neat to add. It's almost the same as that color right there on the end. Perfect. And then I have this eyelash yarn, which pretty much goes with that one there. So I'm like, this is coming together. I have all these fancy yarns. They all match. They coordinate. And I thought this is going to be a great scarf. Then as I was making it, I thought, well, I wonder if there's some other like textures or colors that I could add. And I did find this other fancy, what is this, a boa yarn. I can't remember what this is called. Anyway, it's just a kind of a flat yarn. Sorry, I'm holding in front of you and just manipulating it around without seeing if it's focused. Anyway, so it's kind of a creamy white and beige color, and it, you know, goes with that, and it coordinates with the brown that's in here as well. So right here. So I thought that's going to be another good texture to add to this. Then I did find this little scrap. I'd used this yarn to make a capelet out of. I might even still have it out in my bins. But it's got like different yarns. Like this is almost like a homespun yarn. And then it goes into just like a, you know, a thick acrylic yarn. I don't know if I like this one per se. It's a little bit brighter of a turquoise. Yeah, see, I don't know if I want to use that one or not. So, yeah, I don't think I'll use that one. It was an idea. As I was working out here in the, walking past some of my bins of yarn, I saw this. And I don't know, you tell me, this is what I want your opinion on. Just a bright dash, like one stripe here and one stripe there, or a double row or whatever, of just this super bright, I mean, this is super bright. Super bright. It's not quite neon, I wouldn't say. Almost a neon coral color. I don't know. Do you think it would add like a nice little splash of woo brightness to it? You tell me. I got started on the scarf last night, and I wanted to show it to you. I didn't even crochet on it at all today. It's already evening time, because I wanted to make a video and show it to you so you could kind of see the progress as I go along. So this is how it got started and what I've got done so far. And as far as any rules that I have for myself for this challenge of making this fashion scarf is with the Ogo, I wanted to be able to use up the whole Ogo, but this is like 200 and some odd yards, and I think my scarf is going to be awfully long if I add in all the other yarns and textures and stuff. So we'll see if I can use it all. But my main thing was I didn't want to like use this color, this much of this color, and then say, oh, I want to skip up to this color or skip over to this color. My goal was to just use it from beginning to end. I can cut it to work with another yarn, but for the next time I use this yarn, I have to pick up from here and not pick and choose which color I want to go with next. So that was the main rule that I have, and so I'll show you what I have done so far. The first color on that Ogo was this pretty blue here. And I tried to decide, I started out with a smaller hook and with single crochet, but I wanted more drape to it, more flexibility. So I ended up going, I think, with an L hook and the double crochet, and it makes it nice and flexible. I did a few rows of that. This is about 5 inches wide. I didn't want it much wider than that. I didn't want to go too much smaller. 4 inches I think would have been too small. Anyway, that ended up being about 12 double crochets across. So anyway, I did that, and then I moved into the plushy yarn. Then I moved back into, you can see this color is continued here, moved back into that, which then moved into the gray color, charcoal gray. And then for fun, I added that eyelash yarn with the gray. So it's just kind of this fun little section of that. Then I did more of the gray, and then I forgot to mention, because I didn't pull this out until later, is I had some of the Karen Soft, and just the, you know, just the perfect color. So I went out and grabbed that, and I did this section, and you can see it just kind of pulls it in. As long as it's draping, you know, you can stretch it back out like that and it's fine, but you know, naturally it's just going to kind of have this pull inward, and that's okay. That's kind of what I was aiming for, was just this random hodgepodge of yarns and textures and stuff. So then I went back into this yarn, and now I'm back on the Ogo, and I'm about to switch over to another yarn, but I don't know if I've decided which one yet. So that's going to be my next goal, is just figuring out which yarn I'm doing next and how wide of a section I want to do. Like this section obviously isn't as big as this section here. So, you know, different lengths, different amount of rows for each texture, different colors. Anyway, let me know what your opinion is on some of these things. Should I use the bright coral color in splashes to add some interest to this, or should I leave it out? And how long do you think this is gonna be lengthwise? 7 feet? I don't even know how long it is now. It's probably close to 3 feet already. So you can see, if it's at my shoulders, it goes quite a ways down. So yeah, how long do you think it'll be? And should I try to use up the whole skein on this, or should I break it up and just quit at a certain length? What do you think? How long should my scarf be? Anyway, I will keep you posted with updates on this, and we'll talk to you later. Bye. Oh, and one more thing. The spring fling I was telling you about, the papers were signed, and it is official. The spring fling is happening, and I have the application right here. So for handicraft, it's handmade vendors. It's $100. It's a 3-day event, but I only do Friday and Sunday. So basically it's $50 a day for me. Big event in town. It's going to be held at our fairgrounds. So really excited about that. So I just wanted to share real quick. Again, we'll see you next time. Bye.